And we're live here on Bourbon Blog on Derby night, and I'm telling you, everybody joining us looks like we all should. We're like the best dressed gentlemen, I think, partying from Derby, Derby at home. It's Matty Rock, always on a Cigar Saturday, and also Brad Court, who is with Bumpboxx, and the amount of sound that comes out of this. Listen to this. Yeah. This is amazing how much sound comes out of this. When I got this, I was just blown away. This is actually a pager. This is your newest product. Tell us about this.
So yeah, that's we're pretty old school. We're all over 40, almost knocking on 50. So those are our kind of days at high school and middle school, and
Right.
So we like to. Bumpboxx is not like any other Bluetooth speaker. We make them big, they're loud, they're in your face. Everybody else makes a Bluetooth speaker. It's like a little, they call them pills, right? You just help,
Right.
Small. Everybody's about small. And we went the exact opposite. We want to go big, in your face, loud. Remember the 80s, be heard, be seen is our tagline. And then the owner came up with that. And we were like, oh, it's kind of cool, the 80s. And we put it on the website, and it went crazy. We had no idea. We kind of tested it, and the rest is history. Now there's 20,000 pre-sold. We can't make them fast enough. It's a great little speaker. Most of our speakers are big, kind of almost bulky, but that's what we do. So this thing goes in your pocket just like the old school, or on your belt. And whether you're like a construction guy working outside, or a workout dude, or a guy riding a bike, instead of having the things in your ear, which a lot of people think are uncomfortable, you just clip this thing on your backpack or wherever, and they're cool, man. And the other really cool thing about these pagers is you can have your phone in your back pocket, and you can answer what are they? Hands-free for your phone. So you can answer your phone with that thing and talk to it while your phone stays in your back pocket. And then, when you're done talking, the music will come back on. It's sick.
I called Matty earlier. I'm like, I'm talking to you on my Bumpboxx. I can't believe how powerful this is. Matty was telling me, of course, the speakers in all the sizes, but if you're running with this or walking, I mean, you think that an iPhone or an Android has a decent sound. This just blows it out of the water. What kind of sound are we talking for those of us that know audio? What's the sound output?
You know what? You're asking the wrong guy. I'm the director of sales. I should probably know this.
It's 10 or 12 watts.
On the technical part of it, I sell a ton of them. I know that the battery life is long, so you charge it for just a couple hours, and that little speaker will outlast you. How loud it technically is, I'm not 100% sure. But I mean, it does the job. It's less than $100, and in that price range, it's not only the best and clearest, but it looks the coolest.
It's time to answer that question. It's either 10 or 12 watts, because me, the first thing I did was field test the puppy as soon as I got it, because I'm a maniac. So it's 10 or 12 watts, and I had it playing for about 5 hours in the background, loud, when I was testing it, and the battery was still good.
Nice.
So this thing, like I said, it's Brad, correct me if I'm wrong. You guys actually, I can tell it's the actual mold of an 80s pager. Like,
Yep.
No shit, the actual mold. Like, I remember right now carrying around my Motorola. So I'm actually thinking about going out, after COVID's over, and getting a grill and shit, and get a little grill again, start doing
some ice,
page.
man. We got some Bumpboxx ice too.
Word. Oh yeah, they got the bling. So I think the big thing to talk about is, I know my entire posse pretty much all knows about the Bumpboxx lineup, but Brad, if you want to drop it to them, going from the pager all the way up to the Uprocks, let all the peeps know basically all the range, because that's the biggest question I get is, Matty, which Bumpboxx is right for me? And I said, bro, all situational, man, depending on where you're going and what you're doing. So I will dive to you.
Our lineup is we have 5 models, well 6 including the pager, but our Bumpboxx, like our speakers, like let me show you, like this one right here. This is our Ultra. That's
Nice.
Carbon Fiber Ultra. This is little, man. It's like, I don't know, 7-8 pounds. We also put that into a little backpack. It's called a bump pack. So that thing fits into a backpack, and that's what's been the rage in all the bike world because the little speakers that they put on their handlebars and stuff aren't really that cool. And this thing is loud. So that's our Ultra. It retails for $199. Super dope, super little. And then we go to our Flare 6. I don't have one here. So we have our Ultra, that, and then we have Flare 6 and Flare 8. Flare 6 retails for $259. It's a little speaker, 2 6-inch subs, 150 watts. It does have a B on the front, and then the Flare 8 is a pound for pound our best one. And that, so the Flare 6B is a sticker. The Flare 8 actually lights up, and that's like the Snoop Dogg one right here. This is a Flare 8. This is Snoop Dogg.
Hey.
See that?
Amazing.
He lights up, and these right here, these light up as well when it plays. This pound for pound is our best model. It comes with a wireless mic that people love. So that's our Flare 8. Then after that, we go to the Freestyle, and the Freestyle has 2 10-inch subs, 440 watts. It's kind of our, that's how we the business started. Bumpboxx was with the Freestyle looking Bumpboxx, and then they went over the top. They're like, let's just go bigger, and that's the Uprock. And the Uprock has 4 8s, 1,000 watts. It's big. It's over the top. It's a loudspeaker, but it's not as portable as the other ones. It's kind of big and bulky. You just leave it in one spot, like like your home setup by your TV or whatever. But technically it's portable. It has a rechargeable battery, but it's just kind of big. The Freestyle with the 2 10s is by far my favorite one. And it just hits hard. And when you have 440 watts, and a little speaker with 2 10-inch subs and 2 4-inch horns, that right away, that reminds me of my 1985 car, system I had in the trunk that made the license plate rattle. You had the speaker box with the amp on top. This thing is the same thing, but it's totally portable. So people love it. Instead of hooking up your car, you throw this thing in the back seat, and when you go to the beach or the skate park or wherever you go, you just take it with you.
Wow.
So that's really the cool thing. They get lots of attention. We stand behind our product. If somebody's not happy, we fix it. It is electronic, so there is that rare occasion where something glitches out. We have a whole team of customer service people that make sure, everybody's happy, and that's what we're about. We love what we do. We're fortunate that, during this terrible time in the United States, our business has exploded just because it's music, and we bring people together. We don't care what side of the fence you're on. We're about having fun and playing music, and that's all we care about. If we're not having fun, we're done.
You guys are an incredible company, and I got to tell everybody that's watching this. And again, I was just since we kind of went old school with the pager, I put on a little old school information society. But if only you could hear this right now, just how loud it is, how deep it is. The depth of this, it's just incredible. The depth of sound. And we're going to give away one, courtesy of Bumpboxx. Bumpboxx is allowing us to give away one. I think we're going to try to pick the winner by the end of tonight. Here's how you win. If you're watching us live, like this video, whether you're watching on YouTube, Facebook, or Twitter, like it and then share it. For everybody that's liked and shared the video, and hit that like sign, share it on your social, whether it's your own social, somebody else's, retweeting it on Twitter. If you like this and share this, we're going to put you in the runnings, and we're just going to draw a random person. So right now, again, if you want to win one of these Bumpboxxes, they're amazing. These small ones, they're about $100. We're going to give away one tonight. So do that, like it, share it, and then if you've already tried the Bumpboxx, tell us down below what you like about it. I tell you, it's somebody that Chris Duque watches every week. He said he got his Bumpboxx pager in only 3 days, and he's in Hawaii. So what a great company.
Ohana right there, brother. What's up there, Duque?
That's right. So we got some people that really enjoy this. And again, if you want to win one of these, share the video. We're going to pick somebody randomly. Chloe's saying, send me a Bumpboxx. You can win one tonight, Chloe. Somebody asking, Brad, will the pager eventually be available in different colors, or is it going to stay old school black? What's the story?
Nope, there's different colors coming out in like 2 weeks.
So
and
this
we did a collab with a company called Cookies, and they're like the Marlboro THC, and they have this really cool baby blue that they're doing, and those will be available at Cookie stores. And then after like 10, 15 days, they're going to be available at every smoke shop. We have some other collabs coming out, Death Row Records. We got a Biggie, a Tupac, a whole bunch of cool stuff. We just did a Snoop Dogg box. You know, the cool thing about, one of the best things about Bumpboxx is 47% of our customers are return customers. And that just reassures that we stand behind our product. You know, people don't come back and, you know, continue to buy more of them. You know, now we have people that collect them. You know, we have the 5 different models, and now the pager. We have another one coming out that's super sick. I don't know if I'm allowed to talk about it, but I'm gonna, because I run. That's my part of the. I run my mouth. But see how the B is like this. The thing coming out next is a chain, and then it has a boombox that actually plays music on it, and it's going to be actually, you know, just as loud as the pager. It just, you know, it hangs there, and they're going to have different styles and different collabs, and it's pretty cool. So that's coming down the line really soon. So,
incredible.
You know, also, if you look at our social media, you know, we have tons and tons of, you know, A-list celebrities and athletes that you know, I don't want to say endorse, because when you endorse something, you're getting paid for it. They just pump us up on Instagram like, hey, you know, check out my Bumpboxx, and they pose with it, they take pictures with it, and, you know, we've taken social media by storm just by making a cool product and standing behind it, and that's kind of what we're about. We love what we do. We're a small little company in Stockton. You would never think, you know, if you ever went there, you'd be like, what? You know, you guys do all this, and, you know, it's just a few guys, and, you know, we love what we do. We do. It's awesome.
Well, we love what you guys are doing too. And again, you know, there's a lot of little speakers we've seen out there that they give a little sound, but nothing, you know, 2 things, you know, it's amazing technology guys have put into this. And if you're going to have a speaker, make it something cool. You can clip this on. It looks like an old pager. The others look like old boom boxes. There's nothing out there like it that I know of. It's incredible. Again, this one is out now, about $100. The others were ranging around what prices? What do the others go for?
They go to $199 up to $899. The Uprock is $899. The Flair 8, like I was talking about, the Snoop Dogg box. Snoop's is $420 because it has to be, but the rest of them are $379. You know, the stock colors: the red, the blue, the colored graffiti, black graffiti, and then the carbon.
Right on, right on. And I'll tell everybody, again, you're just tuning in, you're watching Bourbon Blog Live, our Cigar Saturday special Derby edition. We all looked like we should be at the Derby, but we've been covering Derby all day long. No one was at the Derby. Well, there was a few media people. We're there usually every year covering it. Bourbon Blog is. And look what I was just brought out. I was just brought out by my wonderful wife, a mint julep. Annabelle just made this for me, this mint julep with some fresh mint from our garden. And we're also trying one of the acid Cuba Arte cigars. That's what you're trying too, Matty, right?
You got it, brother. So I figured, since we're keeping it about being fancy and art and music, what's more artsy? We got Bumpboxx out, and we're smoking the Cuba Arte, which is the artist series. We went over it, I guess, about 2 weeks ago for the Cuba Arte. So if you haven't seen it, do you have that water tower by you, Tom? All right, everybody. So take a gander at that. So real dope history on this. So what JD and the rest of the gang did over at Drew Estate was to really go back to the roots of street art and the home roots of coming from Brooklyn and New York. So 5 artists, 7 different water towers, only 1,750 units produced.
Wow.
This is one of those kind of smokes too that has that natural sweetness to it, mild to medium. Even first-time smokers, not going to put anybody on their ass where they send me hate tweets and stuff and be like, Matty Rock, I shit my pants and I hate you. It's like none of that. So even for your first-time smokers, if you've been contemplating getting into and joining the world of cigar aficionados and brothers and sisters of the leaf, this would definitely be a stick I tell you to go out to. The fact that not only is it a special edition, but take a look at that great collector's piece that you have with it. You know,
this piece is something else. And the
Yeah.
and the sticks are actually in here. They put the cigars in here for you. And I love this, Matty. It sits on my desk now. It's like a real Brooklyn water tower, and it has great. Thank you. Great cigars in it. The Cuba Artes, which are just fabulous. With that Maduro wrapper, this is really a great smoke. So really fun way to celebrate. What's that?
Did you say Drew Estate?
Drew Estate.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Yep,
we
my
work
boy
with those guys.
Will.
Those guys are cool.
Those are my dudes. That's Will. I know you were working with Will. Will's like, dude, we need to go get those Bumpboxxes, Matty. I'm like, good. Go hit up Bumpboxx, dog, because ever since Bumpboxx came out, that's what we've been using at Cigar Fest. So when you're providing enough music that 2,000 people can hear you, 2,000, and there's points for
wireless mic.
Say again?
Do you use the one with the wireless mic?
Yeah. We didn't have anybody actually emceeing. We were just blasting music using the freestyle. So not even the uprocks. The uprocks had too much juice for 2,000 people. That's how loud the uprocks is. So we were using the freestyle version 3, and we'd actually have to turn it down when down below they wanted to do stuff. So I remember when I first came across Bumpboxx, I'm like, all right, me being my age, totally like my retro stuff. I was the dude who's like, bro, check out my awesome Lasonics boombox, bro. So, me seeing something like that, the retro was the cool part. The added value is the quality of the unit. So it's one thing to have something that's all bravado and big and badass looking. It's much more to the party when you have something that has super high fidelity. The audio, I have to admit, blew me away. I'm like, it's going to be gimmicky. It's not going to really compare with other audio, but I don't give a shit. I have to own it because it's awesome. I was wrong. Fidelity, fidelity was insane. I was more than blown away by it. And like I said, I have an Ultra, I have a 6, I have an 8, I have the freestyle, I got the uprocks, and like I said, when you're going through the entire catalog, you'll figure out, you could be a geek out like me and collect them, which will wind up happening, or you figure out the one that best fulfills your needs. Like this pager will be, given the size, it actually has a freaking belt clip. Right? That'll be for you, and just if you're just chilling out at the park or something, you don't want to scare senior citizens when they're walking by. That's the size. The Ultra and the 6, you're doing like a little tiny get together pool party action. But the 8 and above, man, they perform. And I've been promoting for 30 years. I will tell people, go out there with the 8 and the freestyle, and they're going to be able to take care of business for a large group of people.
It's incredible. I mean, and just for this one, I mean, just the ability to throw this in the suitcase or even the laptop bag as I'm traveling and have something that will really make a whole room, a whole balcony, just really will enjoy this and have a little party to go. The amount of depth of sound is incredible. You can answer the phone on it, and does it have an FM transmitter in it too? Is that right? So if you want to tune into the old FM, you can do that too. The old FM. So a lot of people saying great things. The pager's my favorite portable speaker ever, says Deanna. And I see Will and Chris and Chad. Again, all the people that are really wanting one of these. We're going to give away one here in just a little while. If you like this and share it, we'll look and see who's liked and shared. We're going to put you in the running, and by the end of the broadcast, we'll pick one person to win a free Bumpboxx. And we appreciate you guys watching us every week, especially for this Derby episode where we're all having a little fun. Brad, what are you smoking and sipping on there, Brad?
I got a Cookies cigar here. It's pretty sick. They just came out with a new line of cigars, and I'm trying it out. It's great.
Very nice.
We got a cookie store right in Modesto. I'm outside of Stockton, and they're cool. It's kind of like going to an Apple store. You go to like a cell phone store. It's kind of like they all look the same. Then you go into like Apple. It's got like the new age displays and state of the art. And that's kind of like their stores. And we're a fan. We work with them. And I was just trying it out. They're good. It's a different world out here in California, man. It's laid back and super chill. It's great.
Very nice. And then you're sipping on, what are you sipping on?
You know what? Cobalt, is that what it's called?
Koval whiskey from Illinois. Those are great guys. Yeah, they do.
My family's from Chicago, so my wife got it. I'm usually a Jack and Coke guy, but I'm taking a walk on the wild side here. And then she's got, check these out. These are some moonshine cherries. See that?
I like those. Those are so good. They're from Gatlinburg.
Wow, dude. Have like 2 or 3 of these guys, and you're all set.
They're boozing cherries. Those guys at Old Smoky do an amazing job in Tennessee. Have you been through there? Have you seen the distillery there, Brad?
I have not.
It's worth a visit if you pass through Tennessee. I'm having as I mentioned, a mint julep made with Woodford Reserve. They're the official bourbon of Kentucky Derby, and I began before Annabelle brought out the mint julep. I began with a little Peerless single barrel. I always enjoyed that with a nice Cuba Arte acid. So, who are you seeing are your? I'm sure a lot of people from all types of places they want to be using this Bumpboxx. Who are your biggest customers, and how's your customer base changed and grown during COVID? I mean, I'm sure this is something that's really gotten exciting for people doing street parties, block parties.
Yeah. So, basically it starts with their dads now. The guys that's over 30, 30 to 50, you'll get their attention. It'll stop them dead in their tracks, and they'll be like, man, and I sell to the dealers, right? And one of the best things about Bumpboxx, it's everybody. It's little kids like to dance with it. It's the old, I'm old. I'm 47. I still love it. I think I'm a kid. I'm not, but, I ride BMX bikes and, like my rap music, and I play my boombox. And if you like it, great. If you don't, move on. But so anyway, I go to set up these dealers. And you guys will agree, very rarely do you walk into a store and something catches your eye. Like, holy crap, what is that thing? And that's what the Bumpboxx does for these people. It brings the wow factor. It's different. If you're a shoe store, if you're a cell phone store, electronics store, I don't care what it is. If you have a product that sticks out and it gets people's attention, because let's face it, very rarely, that doesn't happen a lot. Here's your TVs, here's your speakers, there's your, other company's speaker. It's all pretty much the same. This thing brings the wow factor, and then so that gets their attention, and then they turn it on and hear it. It's sold. So we have cell phone dealers. There's a reason why you don't see us in the big box stores, because we're a specialty product. We feel it's a privilege to do business with Bumpboxx. We don't want to sell out, if you will. We like what we do. We don't need it. And we don't need these big, huge companies. They hit us up on the regular. We're just not. That's not what we're about, dude. You got to search for it. You have to find the plug in your area that has them. It's still new. It's fresh. Whether it's a cell phone store, a sneaker shop, a record store. Records. That's just to bring that up real quick. The old school turntables and records. The vinyl has made a 95% comeback. So wow. That just reassures that, and we're kind of seeing this. All the cool stuff in the 80s is coming back. All of it. It doesn't matter if it's roller skates, BMX bikes, boom boxes, big gaudy gold chains or beepers. It's cool and it's coming back. And now the people that were kids in the 80s like us, we can afford to buy it. The cool sneakers, whatever it is. And so it's fun to be a part of it. And if you were around in the 80s and you followed trends in the 80s and you don't make money this time around, shame on you, because it's coming.
A lot of it is. I really see that. I think you all definitely have tapped into this this trend, this revival of the 80s. What else? Both of you. What else do you see coming back from the 80s that we didn't a year or two ago? What are you guys seeing?
I'm voting on parachute pants, bro. I may or may not have a whole bunch in the attic stuff. I'm not going to say shit until it's official, but I'm just saying I was the Ocean Pacific guy. I was a Powell Peralta skateboard guy. So yeah, bro. So when you're my size and you're pushing 6'4" and you weigh 250, obviously you can't hit a regular skateboard anymore. There's no trucks made to carry it. But as you guys see, as soon as those longboards came out that carried us husky puppies, I was one of the first dudes on that because let's be honest, every generation looks to relive some of the most fun times in their lives. Like, you know, we'll think about it. We'll look at an 80-year-old guy, our friend, and he'll be wearing a leisure suit. We laugh at him, but he's wearing that leisure suit because he's going back to that place in time that was the best for him, where he had a lot of fun, where he enjoyed himself. You know, people go through those contemplative periods, right? And for me, I mean, as soon as I saw these Bumpboxxes, I was like, dude, it's definitely going to be a huge comeback. Music, obviously, I'm 30 years in, 17 years old. I started Rock the Galaxy for music and promotions and battle the bands. I mean, for me, I mean, I'm so happy to see it back. I'm the guy who would, now speaking of Cali, I'm the guy who went to Amoeba. So I'd spend 6 hours. And those of you who don't know, Amoeba Records has more old school CDs, cassettes, and vinyl, probably more than anywhere in the entire United States. And I never really let go of that. Like, I'll use the word when I tweet. People trash talk me, call me old to be like, yo, this album was great. They're like, Pops, did you just say album? I'm like, here, get off my lawn, kid. Yeah. I said album. Get off my lawn. So yeah, I definitely said I said album, but I think people, especially now, this is a dark time that we're in. So when you have something that gives people, I'll even use the word comfort. There's almost something comforting about having something that made you happy, you know, 20, 25 years ago. It's relatable. It's fun. And I think that's why you're seeing such an explosion during this time in the product. That's why so many people are out there just jamming with this stuff, because it is. When I saw these pagers, I mean, and the fact that it is, and I remember my green, I had a green Motorola pager that was exactly this. You know, I'm sure that's what the mold is. The more I look at it, I know what this is because I had it. So I'm like, what's cooler than that? And even down to the friggin' has a little belt loop in the friggin' that nobody used. We were all too cool for school. I'm like, bro, I use the clip. I don't use that little belt thing. That's not for me, bro. So,
put it in your pocket, inside out in your pocket.
No, I think you're right. And on the parachute pants, I mean, obviously for the style, but for the comfort, I mean, we're all wearing pajamas more. These things were incredibly comfortable back in the 80s. So, no, I think you're right. Tell us down below what you think will come back. Somebody's saying jams. We always leisure suits. That's been suggested that's all kinds of great stuff.
You know what's trending right now is because we just came out with it in our merch site, is matching sweatsuits. Like the top matches the bottom. Like so if you go to Bumpboxx merch, we have like the top, the hoodie matches the pants. That's coming back.
Bumpboxx.com. How'd you guys make these sound so good? I mean, again, I'll crank it again, and I think people get the idea, but just to hear the sound, I mean, my background being in radio and TV, I mean, I know right away, like this sounds different than most speakers this size, really any speaker this size. How'd you guys make it sound so good?
So let me tell you the story. 4 guys go to like, I think it was Costa Rica. They're on vacation, right? And they're hanging out, they're partying, having fun, and they have a little Bluetooth speaker, and they knock it over, and it breaks, and they're like, God damn, you know, getting all mad, and the one dude's like, man, do you remember the 80s? And there was a little like dresser or like table that was in the place. I think it was Costa Rica. A little table in there. And they were like, remember when the old school boomboxes were like the size of that? And they were like, yeah. And one dude had a connection to like in the speaker game, but it was lower end stuff. So they took their shoelaces out of their shoes and they measured the piece of furniture that was in the place they were staying. And they sent those measurements to overseas and had like 20 made. It was just a joke. It didn't have a name then. They just wanted to make an old school boombox. And then they posted it. The owner, Rob, posted it. And E40, the rapper in California, saw it. It was like, hey, man, I need like 700 of those. And they're like, what are you talking about, man? That was a joke. It was just, you know, I just posted. They're like, they called back and like, look, dude, we need those. And the rest is history. And that's when the name Bumpboxx came around. And, you know, they really focused, the owner, before all this COVID stuff, spent 2 weeks a month overseas at the factory, on top of them, watching, you know, the control of the quality. And, you know, it would go and look for, how do I get better wire? How do we get better speakers? How do we make this thing better? And I say that because, do you remember Beats back in the day. I hate to use the name, but in like years ago, everybody had them, and they sold out to Apple. And the big giant companies, they just try to save money. How do I get cheaper wire? How do I get cheaper this? And they try to save, pennies really. And I noticed because I have 3 kids and they break all the time, and we were the complete opposite. And that's kind of why we stay focused and we don't go too big too fast. We have so much momentum. I'm the director of sales. I can't tell you the last time I made an outbound call. I mean, that's my thing. I can get you, if you're a dealer, I'll sell you, 12 of them tomorrow. But we can't feel the incoming interest, whether it's big name artists like Snoop Dogg or, the other Moonshine Bandits, where it was a fun one we did. We have the softball community has gone crazy because these guys go out and play softball. And if the Flare 8, the Freestyle, the Uprock all come with a wireless mic. So the cool part is you can play the music, and as soon as you talk into the mic, it automatically lowers the sound of the music. And then when you're done talking, the music comes back. So the whole Diamond Sports there's these social clubs across the country where these young adults play like kickball, volleyball, baseball, softball, and they love it. And then the cell phone guys took off. Car audio guys love it because they make the same amount on a Bumpboxx as they make on like a receiver. So if you go to a car audio to get your car, booming, you get the DAC and then you get the speakers. Well, a Bumpboxx, they don't have to install it, right? And it's that same customer. If you appreciate music and you're over 30, which most likely you are if you're going to spend a couple grand on your car to get the stereo system, you're going to appreciate it. So there's a company called Slangin' Sounds and Tint in Arizona. Shout out to them because they're probably one of our best dealers, and they kill it, man. And it's because they love music, and we put out a damn good product. I got to admit it. We have a really cool product. We stand behind it, and that's important in today's world. A lot of people, you see something online and stuff, and it looks cool, and then you order it, and you're like, oh, man, you're kind of bummed out. It's happened to me tons of times. Those stupid drones, I try to order those things. I'm like, crash them. I can't fly them, but it looks really cool online. They make it look real easy. So, we stand behind it. We make it look cool online, and then when you buy it and you get it, it exceeded your expectations, and that's what we got to do.
It certainly does. And I would imagine when you have the big ones going, like the ones you have behind you, I mean, people must be able to hear this from how far away? This could go for quite a ways, right?
Oh, it's obnoxiously loud. And that's kind of our thing. It's just over the top. I'm telling you, it's like your 1987 car, kicker box you had in the trunk with the amp on it and, rattled your license plate. And now it's portable. It's sick. I gotta check this out. I have a this one's sick. It's a one of a kind. Look at this.
Oh my God. Look at this. That's crazy. Yeah. That's wild. That is wild.
This is a freestyle. You want to hear it?
Yeah. Crank it up. Let's hear it.
Hang on.
Getting some great comments down below on what you think. Come back. Keep those up. I think we may be predicting some trends here. Chris saying all the Rocky movies. Catherine, all the awesome hair braids. I'm enjoying the conversation that's happening. Francis, Mariella Communications, Gucci. Yes, I mean, all these things. We're going to predict all the trends tonight.
You
all right,
ready?
I can't tell yet.
Check this out.
It's about to happen. We're about to be blown out of our virtual seats here on our Kentucky Derby episode.
I'm going to play some Moonshine Bandits. You guys know anything about the Moonshine Bandits? This is Red, White, and Booze. It's a new song.
Oh, yeah.
Here we go. You can't hear it at home, but it's obnoxiously loud.
No, I believe it. I believe it. Just even with the small one, the pager, just being the size that it is. Uh, where's you have a fun story about some place that you took this and just saw everybody's just basically just go back in their chairs, or I mean, any any stories that have been told to you about maybe just some real fun times that were had and crazy times with loudness that nobody was expecting.
Yeah, if you go to, again, on our Instagram, Bumpboxx on Instagram, you'll see everybody share the stories of how they took it to the beach or they took it to a barbecue. I drive a Bumpboxx Sprinter van, all logoed out. It's my daily driver. Everywhere I go, I'm Bumpboxx. And I go get gas, I get stopped. I got stickers and T-shirts I hand out, and everybody is, it's fun to be part of something that's so new and fresh and really cool, really. I mean, to be honest, it's cool. And it's, especially in today's day, everybody's kind of down for the most part. And to bring everybody back up and, we're, the new age, I hate to dog on it, but like the new age hip hop, old school in our day, it was Beastie Boys, Run DMC. It was about, dancing, having fun, spinning on your head and break dance battles and, all that kind of stuff. It was never about selling drugs, shooting people, any of that. And so that's what we kind of emphasize, the good part of hip hop. Our generation, like I said, parachute pants, you guys said it, break dancing, those were healthy activities that we did as kids. And, remember guys would get to bust out the cardboard and then the one dude would go and then the other guy would have to bust out better moves and then they spin on their head. And, that shit was cool, man. And that's what we like. And that's what we're about. All of us at Bumpboxx, we're all in the same, we think the same. It's, that's the cool part. The owners, the management team, super down to earth guys. That's like I said, if they're not having fun, we're out, man. It's not really a job. The fact I do this on Saturday, everywhere I go, I'm promoting it, but I love what I do, and it's fun, and it's, watching the wow factor is my favorite part. When somebody that's never seen it, they see it, and they're like, what the hell is that? And at first you got their attention by the way it looked, right? And then you turn it on and they're like, holy crap. I mean, they can't believe it. And until you hear one and see it like real time, I can talk to them blue in the face, but go get in front of one and hear it. And I mean, all these people listening will know what we're talking about because it's overkill, man. It's loud, it's cool, and it hits hard. And, most of the Bluetooth speakers out there today, it's like a 6x9 door speaker. It plays highs, lows, and mids on the same speaker. When you separate the sub from the horn, you get that old school 80s punch bass. And when people hear it, they haven't heard that in a long time. Yes. So when they hear it out of a speaker, they're like, whoa. It sells itself. I can talk about it till I'm blue in the face, but just look at it and hear it, and you got to have it. They all do. That's awesome.
It is. It's a dynamic machine, and the other thing is just seeing the graffiti on and the art on these, and the way they brought back the old schoolness. It just makes us happy. I mean, we can play music out of a lot of speakers, but these speakers are so creative. There's an element of fun, of surprise, of happiness that it brings that we all need right now.
Yep, that's what we talk about week after week, especially with COVID, man. So what do people go as something that soothes them or their muse? It's music, right? So now when you're going back, you're dropping your favorite tune on something you remember having so much fun on, or your friends had so much fun on. I think Brad, you saw on Bumpboxx's site, you said obscene places where we've used Bumpboxx. Much kudos to my late great friend, the Cuban Carl from Food Network. We rocked it out. It's on Bumpboxx's site. Walked in at 11:45 at night with the Bumpboxx in White Castle instead of getting yelled at because Carl's Carl. Everybody, dude, we're jamming in White Castle Bumpboxx at midnight, and everybody, including the people who worked there, were like happy. It was the cool thing to do. I mean, clearly it was the wrong thing to do, but it was still the cool thing to do, and we kind of did it anyway.
You know what? It brings everybody together. It's music, man. It brings all shapes, sizes, and colors together. Forget about everything else. It does fat, skinny, tall, small, blue, green, purple. It doesn't matter. Everybody loves music, and there's all sorts of music. And it's for everybody. You listen to classical music, hip hop, hard rock, class. It doesn't matter what it is. We put it out in a good sounding way that everybody needs it. They do.
And it gives us an excuse to have a good time. And if you want an excuse to have a good time and a way just to bring all your neighbors, your friends together, definitely take note, write this down, check it out after this broadcast, bumpboxx.com. Pick out one that suits your needs and just hook it right up, Bluetooth it to your phone, to your computer, and you'll be blown away how much. I mean, I actually was thinking earlier, I was like, my iPhone's this big, right? My Bumpboxx is this big. This little thing is just amplifying in a smaller size, something in like 10, 20 fold than what my iPhone.
Way louder than your cell phone.
So much louder. Well, next time I'm out running, I'm going to wear this. I'm going to be enjoying it, sharing the love with other people. And again, we're giving one away here in just maybe say 10, 15 minutes. We'll pick the person out. We'll put you in the running. If you're watching this on Twitter, like it and then retweet it. If you're watching this on Facebook, like it and then re-Facebook it to your Facebook friends. And whoever's done that, we're going to pick all those great folks out the file and say randomly, you're the winner. We're going to make sure you get a Bumpboxx pager courtesy of Bumpboxx. Also, one other website I want to make sure you check out while we're talking about bourbon and cigars and all great things. Write this one down and check it out later. BourbonBlog.com/at-home. Hosting a new tasting series where we're going to be hosting some virtual tastings with whiskey that we're going to be able to send the whiskey to you and doing 2 of those a week all the way probably through October or November. But check out all those because we're going to be hosting this wonderful tasting series that we'd like to get you all in on so that you can get some whiskey samples sent to you at home, walking you through these, having a good time throughout the week. Check that out as well. Matty, if we were going to pair one of the Drew Estate cigars with loud sound from the Bumpboxx, deep sound, think of deep flavor, what cigar would you pair it with?
All right, if you want something that's going to punch you in the nuggets the way a Bumpboxx would, I would have to go. We're going to go nice, meaty, and bold. You'd have to go find yourself a Liga Privada Feral Pig. So much like if you're not lighthearted, you can't have a Bumpboxx, you can't have a Feral Pig. If you're bold, brash, you're gonna pull out that flying Feral Pig, light that puppy up, and maybe go drop the up rocks on, put it on 11, the Spinal Tap would say, and rock out because cigar will blow your pants off, and then when it's done, the Bumpboxx will blow the rest of your clothes off. Hands down. And Tom, while we're talking about the whiskey and everything else, I want to remind everybody out there remember, guys, Tom is usually on the road with COVID. It's a little bit different world right now. So keep in mind that when COVID ends, you can reach out to Tom. Tom does events all over the country, actually all over the world. You could put something together with him for a private party, anything from, a dozen people to 1,000 people. Reach out to him to do that. Right now, as you see, everything is virtual like we are today in the virtual world. So reach out to Tom. If you have any questions that are on any fine spirits, remember, Tom's a modest fellow, but he's a bourbon educator. He's a Kentucky colonel. All the knowledge is there. So you're going to want to reach out. He's going to have the answer to your question. If it's non-adult beverages, I could tell you about a great, San Pellegrino maybe, or a root beer with pure cane sugar. But all the adult beverages is definitely Tom. And for Brad, do you want people to reach out to Bumpboxx, or do you want to drop your Instagram on there so peeps could reach out to you, talk to you about what you got?
They can hit me up. You can hit up Bumpboxx Instagram, or you can hit up me, Brad_Court, COURT_ on Instagram. And somebody will be happy to help you. I also do the with the owner. Both of us do the Instagram Bumpboxx. So we make sure so everybody's taken care of. If you got a problem or you want to know something about it, we're going to be here to answer. And we work 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So it's not like you got to wait till Tuesday because nobody's working on the holiday. That's not the case around here. I work every day, all day. You can hit me up. You can email me. You can hit me on social media, and I'm going to answer your question and help you.
Like it. So Brad_Court on Instagram or at Bumpboxx on Instagram. Definitely follow those. Is that right, Brad? Do I have it right?
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. There's an underscore after court.
Underscore after court. Okay, let me change that. Underscore after court. Hit those up. See what's happening there with what Brad's doing and with what Bumpboxx is doing. And if you are already a Bumpboxx user, share a picture down below on Facebook or tweet us a picture of your Bumpboxx. We'd love to see, maybe a party you're having, or if you happen to be having a derby party tonight, or you dressed up in your derby attire like we have. Tweet us a picture. We'd love to see what you guys are doing to celebrate Derby. Quite an exciting win earlier on Kentucky Derby. I mean, there was a lot of people saying that Tiz the Law was the favorite horse. The horse that won was Authentic. It was favored by some. Again, the first year that BourbonBlog.com had not covered it actually at the track for about, I think we've been covering it for about 13, 14 years there at the track, covering all the celebrity parties. Fortunately, we were able to bring on actor Stephen Amell from Arrow, and also with his new show Heels on Stars. We talked with him earlier today. So we've kind of been having a whole Derby celebration, which has, built its way up to this Cigar Saturday night for Derby, to celebrate Bumpboxx. And the thing that I always enjoy, Matty, right before Kentucky Derby, is lighting up that cigar. I mean, that's really become a tradition for us right before Kentucky Derby. In fact, I think one year I reached out, was going to reach for my cigar, and someone next to me in the stand says, hey, I want to share a Cuban with you, and gave us one of the Cuban cigars. And there's always a lot of hospitality at Derby, and just always a fun time, just like we always have. So we appreciate the Derby spirit, and we hope that we're bringing that to you tonight here on our Cigar Saturday on Bourbon Blog Live. Always a fun time. I can imagine that this would also be, Bumpboxx's would be, not only great for musicians, but if you're doing a presentation someplace and you're just wanting to talk about something and have a crowd gather around you, just having that microphone, that Bumpboxx for a street performer or someone who's just wanting to just to present, that would be perfect for them as well, right?
Oh yeah. It's funny. We've had so many people that like customers, and they've gone to like a wedding or some event where they had this big DJ, all the big setup and everything, and something happens. There's a glitch in something, or just something happens, and somebody busts out a Bumpboxx from their car and plugs it up, and it will always save the party. And it's cool. It's because you don't need power. My daughter goes to college, and she's out in North Carolina, and they have these like big field parties where the kids go, and it's like out in the country, and these kids bring generators and all this stuff, to provide music. And now they just bring the Bumpboxx out there. You literally plug it in the night before, bring it with you, and it's gonna outlast you, is what we say. That Bumpboxx will out party anybody watching this thing. Every time.
It'll keep going. They last a while. I mean, these things last for hours and hours, right?
I mean, over the years, you've seen me street test them over the years. So I got to tell you, man, I've had this where somebody kicked out our power one year, so we had no power plug, and we had the Freestyle 3 probably at a solid 7 or 8 in volume, and it went a solid 7-8 hours. We were able to finish out the day, no power. The 6 and the 8s. Everything I've used it for is great. I think something I forgot to mention, and nobody brought it up to Brad, but it's an important thing. The 6s, the 8s, and I also believe the Ultras, you could pair them together. So if you already, all right. So the new Freestyle. So just think about that. If you think it's already ground pounding with that, I mean, I linked the 2 8s together, and honestly, just my fillings were rattling around in my head, man. So it's already enough to know that you have separate units inside.
It's totally loud. And those Freestyles, you can pair them. The other cool thing, the new pagers are going to be able to. So I don't know if it's this one or the next batch, but I'm pretty sure the next batch of pagers will be able to link together.
Wow.
It becomes, we'll be linked together. It becomes a left and a right channel.
Oh my God.
It's really what happens.
So, really, you only need one, but if you're really wanting to just cover a whole area, a whole backyard, a large backyard, this would just be something that people would not forget. This would be something that would just blow them away.
Oh, if you tear them up, your property values are going down. Yeah, 100%.
NFL teams will put one freestyle in each end zone. And, you know, if you ever been around football and you know the coaches all have raspy voices, it's not from smoking cigars. It's from screaming and yelling at the players, you know, the guy at the 30-yard line. Now he's got a mic, and there's two freestyles in each end zone, and they link them together, and the guy talks. So the NFL teams have gone crazy with them. They put them in the weight rooms. It's for everybody. NBA guys love them. It's pretty cool. If you check out our Instagram, you'll see all the big names that pump us up all over social media.
And definitely check out that Instagram. I'll put that up there one more time. Bumpboxx at Bumpboxx, and also follow at Brad Court. The underscore between Brad and the underscore after Court. So many people using these, and now the Snoop Dogs. Those were limited edition. A few of those left. Is that right?
There's just a handful that the owner held back. The plan was to, you know, have them for Christmas time as gifts, you know, because people not too many people are buying gifts now. We wanted to drop it again when Christmas came out, but they sold out so fast. You know, we to be honest with you guys, we can't keep up with the demand. And that's what we're trying to do every day is, you know, we have a few guys, we all stay our lane, everybody does their job well, and we're trying our best to keep up with the demand. It's, you know, it's like a movement now. It's spreading fast, and, you know, like I said before, 40% of our customers come back. So they get the Flare 6, and then he does some, you know, checking it out online. He's like, man, that freestyle looks dope. And he orders that up. And then he gets the next one. And just like Matty, I mean, he's got the collection. And it's cool to see the difference in them all because, you know, they are different. And then you get into the different collabs that we do, whether it's Snoop or Cookies or Moonshine Bandits.
Yeah, I got my sausage factory with the I got my sausage with the leopard print.
Yeah, that's the Sausage Castle.
The Sausage Castle.
Have you ever checked it out? My favorite part about that is, so it's like a leopard print, right? We really don't have a lot of them. We're working on more stuff that appeals to women and girls because we really don't have a pink or a yellow or, you know, things, colors that would appeal to them. So the Sausage Castle is Mike Busey's party house in Florida, and it's wild, man. It's like Hugh Hefner, but, you know, just a little bit hardcore. And so that's the Sausage Castle. So you have all these soccer moms out there rocking the leopard print, but they have no idea what the Sausage Castle is.
Watch yourself, man. Remember, I have the leopard suit to go with that.
Yeah,
settle down.
Sick, man. That thing is badass. And they're sold out. You can't get them anymore. The funny part is a lot of them, like the Cookies collab we did, they sold for $3.99, and then they were on eBay once we sold out for $6.50. So, you know, people, there is a hardcore demand for them, and people sometimes can't get like the pager. You know, people are like, "Hey, man, I've been following you for years. Why didn't I get a heads up on a pager? Why don't I have one or the ability to even buy one?" We put it out. We had no idea before we could even launch the email newsletter, guys. It was already gone in like 6 minutes. Gone. Then we're like,
I can attest.
Let's get 5,000. We put 5,000 out there, and then they're gone in 4 minutes. It was crazy.
I was talking to Glenn. I'm like, Glenn, they're amazing. He's like, so amazing, we don't have them. I'm like, what do you mean, Scott? He's like, Matty, they're gone already. I'm like, dude, I feel like my pager's missing, and you made this out of my pager. And he's like, maybe. I'm like, dude, this is retro cool, bro. And like I said, when I saw it, and I just knew the second I saw it. And like I said, the fact that you're knocking those 10, 12 watts out of this, and like I said, I've learned not to be skeptical of anything that Bumpboxx puts out. But when you can have that fidelity, and it's loud, and those two things together, with me, loud is just loud, but you bring the fidelity in, and you can hear the highs, and you can hear the lows, and you heard the song I put up before. When you're playing Code of the Streets, I mean, come on, man. And you get the little beeper sound in the background. I'm like, yep, here's a song I need to be playing on the Bumpboxx page. I mean, it's just raw stuff. That's what makes it so much fun. It makes it so cool.
Yeah, it's fun.
It is incredible. I wish you, again, I'm going to hold this up once again. I got a little Public Enemy rocking out here.
Matter of fact, it's safe to say that they would rather switch.
Just hearing how loud that is right now.
Fight.
It's just incredible how loud this is.
It looks cool too. Like if you're working in your office and you throw it up on your desk.
Yeah.
In this case, even though we're listening to Public Enemy, I want you do believe the hype, all right? Believe the hype.
Right.
See what I did there?
No, it's incredible. And again, if you've been watching, tell us down below if you're still here, because in a couple minutes, we'll say in about 5 minutes, we'll figure out a kind of a random way we'll pick the winner. But tell us down below or tweet back to us if you're still watching. Just make sure you like this and share it on Twitter or Facebook, and we're going to give one away here in just a couple minutes. But let us know you're still here, still watching, and we'll give one away. Just really incredible. Any artifacts, vintage audio, whether it's a Walkman, things that you guys own from the 80s or 90s? What do you guys have there, Brad or Matty?
Oh, yeah, I still have one of my
talked about the pager. You know how many people had that yellow Walkman? I mean, everybody had that thing, and that's kind of what we always talk about. Is like when this stuff. There are still people that have no idea what Bumpboxx is. I mean, it's hard for me to believe because I live it every day. But like, there's people that on a daily basis they're like, "What the hell is Bumpboxx?" And like, "Oh my God, look at it!" And then they go on their Instagram, literally at the gas station, wherever. They're like, "Oh my God, do you have one?" And I'm like, "Not," because they think I have the big Sprinter van that I got loaded with product, but I don't. But it's. The Walkman was huge, super huge, and then what came after the Walkman? The Bumpboxx or the boomboxes, and then you had like you had those big D batteries, remember? And you had to put them in the freezer because that supposedly made them last longer.
Yep, it absolutely did, but I goddamn did it anyway. Yes, sir. Did it anyway.
Did that actually work? I mean, was that just hype? Like, did that?
It was.
You're
It was
a
all.
tech guy, man. I mean, what was the?
It was all bullshit and hype, but I did it anyway. Yeah, like scientists. Look, really? That doesn't do anything. I'm like, yeah, I'm totally listening to you. What are you doing? Are you in the freezer? I'm like, nah, don't judge me, bro. I do what I want. I'm like, I just told you it doesn't do anything. I'm like, nah, I'm doing it anyway. Even if I get that extra 37 seconds or that hi-hat in the background sounds just a little bit crisper, I'm gonna do it.
Expensive, man. Those things were expensive. Those batteries.
I remember
the yellow Walkman. Amazingly, I saw mine the other day. I actually found this thing like a week or two ago. I was going through some of my old stuff. I actually think I still have one of those. I don't know if it works, but the yellow one was the one that is waterproof, right? Is that right?
Yeah.
Water resistant, right, right. That's what I was
thinking.
Then when
the CD Walkmans came out, everybody's mind was blown. So it was pretty funny. He's like, dude, a CD? And you had all the old school guys like me, like, bro, I'm not changing it from cassettes. And, you held on to it, and then you made the jump to CD. You're like, well, shit. But then we went backwards. Then we went back to vinyl, which was even crazier. Like, I have, I wasn't much of a DJ, but remember, I own my clubs and everything. So I have my old Techniques record player. I'm like, haha. So I find myself going back to vinyl. So doing some of the purest stuff again. So, I have all the old school stuff. I had a mixer. I had my old TAC 2112. So everyone's like, dude, oh yeah, dude. Everyone's like, oh, the DO, yeah.
Technique 1200s and an 808, man.
I had my Dr. Boss drum machine, all that stuff. So everyone's like, Matty, 1988 called. They want their shit back. Like, they have to come get it. I'm not giving it up without a fight. You said
something about DJs. Check this out. So the owner is in talks with Mixmaster Mike from the Beastie Boys.
Boys, baby.
We have a DJ booth coming out with 2 15s on the front, and then the freestyle, like the front of the freestyle, it says Bumpboxx with the EQ that loads up, is going huge. And then the behind it, it's going to open up, and it's going to be the coffin with the tables and the mixer, and it's going to have like jet ski or water ski rechargeable batteries. So now the whole thing is, portable. It's just a party on wheels, and it's going to be Mixmaster Mike's signature model. It's going to be sick.
Yeah, it's going to be crazy, bro. I mean, you talk about, everything. My Beastie Boys was my day, man. So you had Beasties and LL Cool J and Run DMC and Eric B. Kim and all that. Like, I stopped at Nas. Like, everyone goes, how far up do you go? I'm like, I made it here to Nas, and I didn't get any further. I just stopped. I'm like, did you make it? I'm like, not man. Give me KRS-One and BDP, EPMD, all my old school stuff.
De La Soul, Sir Mix-a-Lot,
Yeah.
Rob Ace.
Tribe Called Quest. Yeah, absolutely, man.
Good stuff, man. That's where all this rap and hip hop started, and everybody forgets that. That's what it's about. Yep. It's not about drugs and killing people and guns. Not at all. It's about having fun, making people smile and dance.
Yep. Absolutely. One of the things I've seen Matty and Brad both LL Cool J doing over the pandemic, he's been doing these really cool instant sort of pop-ups on Instagram, and he's just been bringing random people online saying, I'm going to bring you on to talk with you on Instagram. It's been really cool. I've really enjoyed seeing him do that. It's been fun to see what some of these artists are doing over COVID. And all right, so I think the time has come. I have a list of numbers here. To the people, I just went through random top 8. Lots of you all went in there. I just kind of randomly grabbed 8 of the accounts of like the first accounts I saw that had retweeted, refacebooked, all that. I'm going to have one of you just pick a number between 1 and 8. Who wants to do it? Brad or Matty? Who wants to do it?
3.
Brad, it's all baby. You're the guest, bro.
3.
All right. And again, we probably should say if one of these folks is from, I don't think any of them are from the company. But I think a lot of great people have been retweeting it from the company. But you picked number 3?
Yeah.
Okay. The one that I had assigned to number 3, again, retweet like this, is someone from Francis Mariella Communications. They're not with Bumpboxx, right?
Oh, well, no, that's my boo. You go, boo. High five, girl.
Number 3 with Francis there. So Francis Mariella, you have won the Bumpboxx. That was the number 3. That is one. And thanks to all who entered. It means a lot that you guys always retweet, share this. Matty and I appreciate it so much. You guys join us on the Saturday night. But it is Francis Mariella that is what he says yes. So Francis Mariella Communications has won the Bumpboxx, the pager that has such incredible sound. We should probably add, Francis is still watching. Francis, tell us down below the first song you're going to rock out on your Bumpboxx. And again, if you're watching, definitely still check out Bumpboxx. It's so worth getting one of these because they sell out. I mean, a lot of these are selling out. Is that what you said?
Yeah,
Brad, right?
we can't make them fast enough.
Can't make them fast enough. So definitely go claim yours because I have a feeling that these will get more and more popular. This has been so much fun having Bumpboxx.
Yeah, make sure you send me the email of the person that won so I can send it out on Tuesday to them.
I will. That was the random way we had of doing it. Francis says the first song he's going to do is an inappropriate song, WAP. So there you go. That's what it is.
Derby golf clap. Derby golf clap.
Our Bumpboxx. Thanks to all the friends who watch us every Saturday night. Definitely keep on watching us every Saturday night right here on Bourbon Blog Live. And again, write this down. Check it out later. BourbonBlog.com /at home because we want you to be part of our whiskey tastings. And thanks, guys. This has been so much fun doing a Derby episode with you guys. Happy Derby. Great cigars. Again, check out these wonderful water towers, the Cuba Artes. These are just great. This is a way of bringing back old school in its own right,
That's
too, right?
That's sick, man. I need that. Drew States, if you're watching, I need one of those.
I got you, baby. You shoot me your address, Brad. I got you.
That's sick. I need that in the office.
Look. I'm not going to lie. I got some jealousy, too. That bee around your neck. Just saying.
I'll trade you. How about that, man? I'll send you some. You want some ice, man? I got
High
you some
five,
ice.
dude. Done. High five. We're done.
Might be able to get you a little whiskey with that. Yeah, I think somebody did ask. Matty, you did your cigar pairing with the Bumpboxx. I would say with loud, powerful sound, I would go for a barrel-proof whiskey, a barrel-proof rye maybe. And in fact, that's what I'm having right now is a barrel-proof single-barrel rye whiskey from Peerless. So do a barrel-proof whiskey and one of those big, powerful Liga cigars Matty told you about. Matty, who's our guest next week?
Our guest is going to be blues phenom, Miss Laura Chino, and she may just be performing live.
She may be performing live. So more great music.
Be performing live. That's right. So we're going to keep the music mantra rolling. I got some wrestlers coming up. I got Brad Carson, the creator of Gas Monkey Garage. I got a whole bunch of neat stuff.
That's sick.
So we got a whole bunch of cool stuff in the hopper. I want to say thank you to everybody who took their Saturday night during the extended weekend to come say hello and visit us. Love you guys. Peace to you all, and I appreciate you very much.
Yeah, much love, everyone. Keep on coming back every week on bourbonblog.com/live. Definitely bookmark that, and also don't forget to check out bumpboxx.com. Brad, thanks so much. It's so great to have you with us. It's been great partying with some great people like you and Matty. Thank you all. Cheers.
Thank you, man. Peace.
Stay safe. Stay well.